All right, what's going on, everybody, man? Tonight was the night. Fully Cooley has finally returned, season two. We're about to talk about the episode. I'm joined here with one of my friends. Man, we were really hyped for this. It's back. The insanity is back. You're gonna have to help me break this thing down, man. What do you think about the episode? This has to be one of the most insane. This has to be probably one of the most insane first episodes for any anime I have ever seen. Now, I'm gonna warn you guys. I'm gonna warn you guys right now. We're gonna go full spoilers for tonight's episode was called Restart. This is the first episode of season two of this show. Man, like, what did you think? Just overall thoughts.
Honestly, I loved every second of this insanity, except for the skirt bit. That skirt bit killed me. I'm like, really,
That
really. Instead
that
of like,
had I could man, I fell out laughing. Man, yo, this show was definitely. I'm glad that they put this show out at the right time. This is the right day and age to have a show like this. It came back at the right freaking time because Fully Cooley, like back in the day, because it became a cult classic, right? And I told you this before, like I never got to watch Fully Cooley like when it first came out because I couldn't watch Adult Swim. So I'm experiencing it for like the first time, the original Fully Cooley back in like 2014. I'm like, what the heck was this? Like, what the heck is going on? And then like I've watched it over since then. I watched the marathon last week, and then I even watched it over today. And it seems like they're trying to, and I don't mean to really cut you off, but it seems like they're trying to really go back and do another whole what do you call it, coming of age tale again. And
yeah,
it seems like they're still playing around with something that I kind of noticed when I was rewatching the episodes. The original Fully Cooley it seemed like it had a lot of themes of idolization and just not being able to let go, and we kind of saw some of that in this in kind of in this episode. But just the weird, insane things like you mentioned, the skirt, man, the guy wearing the skirt, and then what just threw me for a loop. She literally lined these guys up to watch porn. And I know what they're trying to do with this, and it's really smart. What they're trying to do is, like, it's basically social commentary. That's all it is. It's social commentary on, how basically, well, it's not even just today, but I guess it's kind of like in general how kids kind of grow up so quickly, and we get into things that
mm-hmm.
we don't understand. So like porn, like people, like kids watching porn a early age. So she's just lining them all up to watch porn. And as you pointed out when you text me, yeah, like the main girl, the main girl, she
Show
just,
me.
yeah, she's like, she's unaffected by the porn that she's having to look at. Like she just blocks everything out, and she's just like, okay, while everyone else is like surprised and just confused and grossed out and everything. Man, but I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, say what you got to say, man.
Okay, okay. Besides the skirt thing, the skirt bit, I absolutely love this. This is like I was like really iffy on the FLCL returning, but as like the months went on and as we got like more of like behind the scenes stuff and all that, like I was more with it, and especially you got like the pillows coming back for this, like oh my god, like I absolutely like. Okay, here's the thing: you cannot have Fooly Cooley without the pillows, and the pillows were kind of made because of Fooly Cooley. And after like I see that behind the scenes with them like getting in on this, and they were like being like dicks about it. I'm like, wow, they were dicks about it coming in. But it's like you can't have SOCL without the pillows, and when the pillows are back, I'm like, okay, you got everything lined up for this. And that trailer, my God, perfect. Everything about this was absolutely perfect to the now into where we were with the first series, it's like nothing's really changed except for like the the I guess Haruko's gonna be using Hidomi to like use her to get like more I guess to get more
More of
what
those
was it?
weapons, those machines through. More of those
And I guess
weapons.
we yeah, and I guess we had a glimpse of that because of the vision from like the first minute in the episode. And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, is this what would have happened had Naruto not like confessed his love for her back in the first season? Is this what would have happened?
Here's something
That's
that I'm.
what I was thinking.
No, well, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
So that and just the contrast between the two, it's like, okay, Naruto was a kid who acted like an adult and didn't enjoy and did not like live his age. And meanwhile, you got Hidomi, who just is really like dead inside to everything. She's like me in the morning. It's like this is basically how I am in the morning. If I don't have my music like in my ears, like trying to get me up, it's like no, no, you're not gonna get a reaction at me until I at least get some water on my face. But oh my god, like
here's something.
okay, okay,
Here's
I'll
something.
get to Gen you later. Go ahead.
Well, I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to point this out. Like, it's something that I thought was like, just looking at the trailers, I thought that they were going to be a little bit too on the nose with what they were trying to convey. But they did a great job in trying to show that they're trying to kind of, because when you see her walking down the steps and stuff, and she has like the earphones on her head and stuff, you can tell she's kind of like
Mm,
blocking out the world, and you can tell what they're trying to say is, oh, we're
yeah,
so plugged into technology, and like we tune everything out when we have those earphones in, or we're on our iPhones or whatever. Like she
yeah.
really, and they point this out in the episode, she's not really listening to music. She's trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm listening to music, I can't hear you. You're like you're all kind of invisible to me while I'm just listening to this music, but she's not really listening to it. But something that I thought, like something that kind of confused me in the kind of in like the first season, and like after watching it over and over, I'm trying to figure out, what is Haruko? Is she supposed to be the villain, or is she supposed to be like the hero? Because
I
even in the first season, it's like there are moments where it seems like she actually did care for Naoto, and but then there are also times where it seemed like she was just out for herself. And then in this episode, we find out that okay, she has something to do with like this kid um, getting the machine out of his head. It seems like she is going to be the antagonist this time, whereas the new character that they introduce is going to be the sort of the you know protagonist that's kind of taking her position, uh, the same position that she held
I got it.
previously with
I got it. Let me
with
jump in.
Naoto. Yeah,
So it's a little I'm guessing like there were like real moments like in the first series where it's like, okay, yeah, like Haruko's the villain, and especially like looking back at it now, it's like she was always kind of the antagonist of the thing of the show, but I guess it really wasn't conveyed completely. And if it was for Naruto, I think she would have gotten like her way and gotten Atomask. I think the Pirate King gotten that power
I
and
think it's
gotten what
pronounced
she wanted out
Adamus.
of
I think it's
Adamus.
Adamus.
Adamus, yeah, yeah. So I think like yeah, she's still on that path of like trying to gain that power for herself. Like that's what she wanted in the first series. So it doesn't really. And I guess like her friend using a friend earlier is like, okay, this kid ain't gonna work, but she will. And with Jinu, that's her name. Um, I'm like, okay, is this what a serious Haruko would have been had okay, I was actually like digging it all the way. So it's like, okay, so we have someone actually fend Haruko off if she gets too close now. And especially like the maid outfit that she lived with her and such. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah,
we
they're
have
doing
a
a lot
not
of
badass in
throwbacks.
here.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of throwbacks
Yes.
from the original. They're doing a lot of the things that they
Yeah,
did
so it's
in the first season, basically.
yeah, yes. So yeah, I I loved it, man, and especially Jinu. Like, oh my god, like I was like thinking when Hidomi got hit by a car, I'm like, okay, we upgraded the hit and run from a Vespa to a car. That's
And I love how she was like in the back seat too. Like she just chilling in the back seat though.
so it drives itself. So we have a so it then again the Vespa drove itself. The Vespa I think had a mind of its own too.
Yeah,
So it's
there was
like,
a
do these
time
aliens?
there was an episode that I was watching today where like Haruko she whistled and then the bike came to where she was at. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's what you're talking about. Yeah, the bike rode itself there. But going back to what you because I kind of wanted to touch on the music that you were talking about earlier, how the pillows was like a big part of FLCL on like I was watching the behind the
season.
out yeah I was watching the behind the scenes and stuff, and they were saying how okay like they at first they didn't really want to do it because they didn't really want their song to be used in like I guess any other like context outside of their music or whatever. But their music, the music that they use, the instrumentals that they play, it really conveys the atmosphere and the mood of just the town and just everything going on. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, this has to be like Fully Cooley has to have one of the most perfect just soundtracks for like any anime because it just fits. It fits with everything that's going on. It fits completely.
Yeah, honestly, because like I've listened to "Ride on Shooting Star," which is the song that they is supposed was supposed to be the opening to the first series, and it became the credits theme. And figuring that out, I'm like, okay, did not know that. And every bit of a track that was used in the first series, I'm like, okay, you cannot have FLCL without these guys now. So like I was like really reassured when I heard like these new tracks coming in this episode. I'm like, oh my god, I need the freaking soundtrack to this now.
And the thing is
And
that the pillows they probably realize now, or they probably realize over the years that okay, this show basically made our career. Like this helped expose people to our music. So obviously they were gonna return. They had no choice but to return for this.
yeah, but God, it's so nice hearing like new stuff, especially like some old tracks like they snuck in. I'm like, oh my God, nostalgia's hitting me like a truck. And I just finished looking at the series like last week. It's like, oh my God, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. The insanity, the pillows, everything is still here. It's like everything's still here. And then to figure out like Haruko was the one making them look at porn.
See, I guessed it. I guessed it. I guessed it. By the end of the episode, I'm like, okay, something up with her. Like as soon as you start talking that craziness at the end, I'm like, oh yeah, that's her. That's her. And then she just rips off the mask, and we know that that's her. But that seems like something that she would do, though. That seems exactly like something she would do, cause she would mess with Naoto like that. She would mess with him. She would mess with that dude like that. So of course, she would do something like that. It fits her character. Something I will mention because we haven't really touched on like the animation and the voice acting
Looks,
and stuff
oh
since
my
this
God.
is a since we trying to do a review here. What do you think about the animation and the voice acting? I personally thought that the voice acting was really good. I mean, the original voice acting was really good, and this is no different. In the animation, just like in the original, I mean, it's crazy how the original because I think it's all done. Isn't it all done by production IG and Gynax or whatever? I believe.
Production, IG, and Gynax, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and they always do great work. And the beginning scene that you were referring to earlier, that was really well done with the main character kind of what do you want to call it, like the king or whatever. And she kind of
Uh,
reminded me like at the beginning, she kind of reminded me of like I think they're called the Ron cars from Bleach. Maybe I'm thinking about something else,
um,
but she kind of reminded me of that
um,
at the beginning.
yeah, yeah.
But the
It's funny because I've been looking
animation,
at like Bleach videos lately.
yeah. but the animation was really smooth. Like the transition from her becoming transforming into a robot and everything. Like this is gonna be
Yeah.
great. And something to also kind of note and guess point out is that Haruko now has someone who can fight on her level. So I think we're gonna get to actually see some really crazy fight scenes between them. That's what I'm hoping for.
Right. Let me get my bit in. Um,
Nah, go
the
ahead,
voice
go ahead.
acting, the voice acting and the animation. The animation looks incredible. Honestly, it looks like it hasn't really changed. It honestly just looks touched up, and it still looks just as amazing as the first season did. Except we ain't got to look at this as a like 4.3 ratio
Oh yeah,
in the screen.
that was the one thing that was killing me. That was the one thing that was killing me going back to Fully Cooley. It's just that aspect ratio, and I hate what Tanami does. Maybe it's my TV, but don't they be kind of messing with the aspect ratio in like all their shows? Like it seemed like maybe it's my TV.
Old
Maybe it's
shows,
my
yeah.
TV. Yeah, maybe it's my
No, with the
TV. I
old
don't
shows,
know.
they do that.
Nah, but
But yeah, and the voice acting was
even
just
my
as tough.
TV, these cartoons are not to cut you off, but even like all the cartoons that show on Tanami, they they aren't like full screen. I don't know if it's just my TV or that's something that Tanami's doing, but they didn't just stop that crap. It's hard to enjoy these shows like that.
Be your TV.
You have these
Just putting that
black
out there.
bars
It
and stuff.
might be your TV.
So it was full screen for you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it covered my
Yeah,
whole screen. It might be your
I might
TV.
have to Comcast. Well, anyway.
Okay. Anyway, voice acting was just as top notch as it was in the first season. It's so weird to say like in the first season. It's weird to see like we have two seasons added on to the insanity that is Fully Cool already. It's really weird to say that, but after this, it really isn't anymore. It's like I was skeptical at first. I'm like, does this really need a second season? But then again, I think about like of all the things that can be fleshed out with a second and third season, and especially with that April Fool's episode where you guys like put like alternative alternatives first episode first in April Fool's, and it's like okay, we still need background on like Haruko, like the police force that she works for, if she's even if if that's true or not, if she is lying about that. Like we could have some actual progression with her character and really why she wants that power. We could really get like this fleshed out. And really, I saw in the credits because I kept rewinding and listening to Spiky Seeds, and I kept looking at it. Um, Naoto, Naoto is in the credits in the same position where he's looking up at the sky in the first season. It is an older him, so that get question
See, and
why
that's not to cut you off, but
that
and
makes
that's something that I was gonna bring up because the mother says something like maybe we should stop waiting for him. Like who is she referring to is assuming that this is like from what you're saying, it's an older Naruto. So I'm guessing this is like years later. Is that gonna be her father? Is that gonna end up being her father or brother or something? Like I'm wondering that.
no
Like I'm wondering
yeah
that,
that's
and
the
like
thing. It's
who
like
gave her those who gave her the headphones?
that's a good question.
So yeah, they left a lot of things to explore for the rest of the season and everything. So this is probably the best premiere for a Tanami show in a while since Samurai Jack. I
Right,
want to
Jack.
say, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Never forget the Jack Man is three quality first episode before the season with the guard went to the trash bin. God, I hope to God and really like honestly like I have faith in this. I had faith in Samurai Jack. But still, my point is this: like after this, I have complete faith that the feeling that we feel now is exactly the feeling that we're going to feel like when the season ends and when we have to wait for the third season in September. So, um, nothing but 5 stars for me. Nothing but a watch it now rating for me. Watch it
Yeah,
now.
this is a clear 10 out of 10 for me. I think I was so, like I was saying earlier, I was so skeptical because I was just wondering, just based off of the trailer, they were saying a lot of things that I thought I was like, oh man, are they gonna be too on the nose with this, or are they just gonna repeat what they did last time? Yeah, there were some nods in this episode. There were
Yeah.
some nods to season one, and like you said in the credits, there's nods to season one. But I think what they're gonna be able to do with this is really tell a unique story that really kind of speaks to a new generation and to some of the issues that young people face today. They even kind of brought up whether we agree with it or not. Gender identity and that type of bull crap. They brought that up with the guy wearing the skirt. So they kind of
Oh my
brought that
god.
up, and then like his friend, uh, acting like he's in a relationship with one of the teachers or whatever that had, like, I guess, spent the night over his house or whatever. Like, they're really tackling stuff that is very true to life, and that's something that I thought was cool about the first season of Fully Cooley, because there was the episode where like the girl's parents was like divorced and everything, or was about to go through a divorce or whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
it's tackling real things and real issues that kids might have to face at that turning point of adolescence, puberty and all that. So yeah, this was perfect.
Yeah. Like I said, no complaints from me. No, none. Absolutely none. Like I cannot really the thing I really cannot wait for is like please give Haruko more development into why she wants Adamaskin's power so much, and the rivalry that we will have with Jinyu and Haruko. Like, because like you said, she'll now have competition, and really they'll be able to go all out. Because like Nafsa just got a power boost of the Pirate King's power, and really that he wasn't able to finish her off. So it's like, okay, we really didn't get to see like what she was made of back then. But with her, it's like, um, yeah, yeah, I want to see a Vespa versus car fight now.
Man, I'm just here for the insanity. I could barely comprehend like the plot of season one, man. More watching that over and over and over is just I gotta read, and I looked at so many summaries and so many analysis for season one, man.
You had to. You have to.
Like, yo, I'm still trying to figure all of it out. So hopefully they'll kind of clear that all up for us. But yeah, I think we kind of talked enough about this. Let us know what you guys thought about Fully Cooley season one episode, well, season two episode one.
Two, two
Yeah,
progressive,
season two
progressive
episode
man.
one. All right, we about to be out of here. Like the video, subscribe, and we'll try to do another review hopefully next week. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. We're out of here. Peace.